What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jobbers and Goons, and today this is a matchup that, when I first took it, it's a sponsored battle. Shout out to my guy Kojiro for sponsoring it. I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, I had not really gotten into Adventure Time yet. Luckily, I know one of the authors. I'll be interviewing him Monday again, and then I got Steve Orlando interviewing Tuesday. It's gonna be a full crazy week, but I was like, man, I don't know how Adventure Time scales, but it seems like a dope matchup conceptually. Got into Adventure Time. Oh my god, Sukuna fans, I apologize in advance, but this is an absolute stomp. Before we get into this and why it's not close, make sure to smash the like button. Let's get this to 300 plus likes. That would be absolutely amazing. We're on the road to 30K, just crossed 25K. Join my Discord. We do games, prizes, giveaways, and more. And if you want to talk sponsoring your favorite content on my channel, currently doing deals as well as deals on all my scaling servers. So definitely tap in. But with that out the way, let's get into this. Now, Sukuna is from JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, one of the hottest anime mangas right now, and he is a demon king that in his prime was on Earth soloing everybody, literally running everyone's fade. They couldn't actually kill him, just break up his fingers and hope to seal him away so he never comes back and returns to peak power. Now, with his best scaling, what we can get is we know he can tank infinities being thrown at him. This is imaginary mass, not only FTL, but it's summoned and dropped on him, and it is technically infinite in nature as imaginary mass. He has beings and has beaten beings that can adapt to infinity, can adapt to the perfect sphere, which is infinite mass in itself. So when you look at his best scaling for that, including fighting against characters that can move in a realm without time, characters that can instantly summon infinities, all these things, and tachyons are at least FTO. When you put that together, we could get him to infinite 4D if you're absolutely on one, like you're trying to be lit for the city. They do have several statements of characters like Sukuna being beyond concepts themselves. You could get it higher dimensional that way, and get it a little higher than the 4D we were proposing prior. In terms of hacks, he can use sorcery as well as things such as his space cleave, which cuts through time, space, and existence itself. In terms of his scaling, Sukuna is no joke, but unfortunately, he's going against the Lich from Adventure Time. And as someone that's scaled comic books, I've scaled cartoons, I've scaled kid stuff all the way down to Dora and my boy Swiper the Fox. I should have seen this coming, right? I should have predicted a cartoon would have some crazy scaling, and alas, in both cartoon and comic form, Adventure Time does have crazy scaling. So the Lich is essentially this demon king that represents the end. He is non-existence. He is supposed to breathe the darkness that can destroy everything. He shows up the troll, often trolling throughout time and space, appearing in different emanations. But he has a counter force, right? And that's the main characters. And they actually represent hope within the verse on some Superman light shit. And this allows them to hold off the Lich, who, if they didn't exist, multiverse would be doomed. So what's Lich actually capable of? Well, he has passive death hacks where literally walking around, everything around him dies. He scales above beings, so that scale outside time and space. He can exist in non-existence itself. He goes beyond the dimensions with his true essence or form, as mostly he's sending down avatars just to literally troll the likes of Finn, Jake, and everybody else. In terms of everything else, he has reality warping, mind hacks, emotional hacks. He has a pretty decent bag of tricks. And what makes him downright scary, and granted, a lot of people might have assumed it was close if you look at just some of the avatars he uses in the show and the different stories. Those aren't him at his strongest, right? We're talking about both these characters at their strongest. If we're talking about the actual Lich, he has way better scaling than Sukuna. He has more definitive universe to multiversal busting scaling. He has more definitive higher dimensional scaling. I feel like if these two were to clash and it's actually both of them at their peak, Sukuna gets wiped. He's just not enough for Lich. He definitely doesn't have that conceptual opposition to the Lich, which would be like hope and existence and whatnot. That's not the case with Sukuna. Even at his best with his space cleave, it's not going to put down Lich. In the end, I think the Lich is conceptually too strong for Sukuna to handle, and as a result, I have the Lich winning. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see an Adventure Time Cosmology video, hit me up to sponsor it. Perhaps I'll put that out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons. I'll see y'all later. Peace.